Hi, Murray from MBM. We recently recorded a program about selecting a reed for your instrument. One of the other questions I get asked a lot about from parents is, okay, I've got the reed, how do I put it on? So we're going to go through that today. And one of the things that I say to parents so often is when little Johnny comes home with his clarinet or whatever and goes, it's broken, fix it, you need to be able to go and get some help. Now there's a few ways you can do that if you don't know. Because most of the conversations I have with parents start off with the words, I know nothing about. And then we can't do anything. And you go, well, okay, I'm here to help. So first of all, look at your student's or your child's tutor book. Most of the tutor band method books in Australia have information at the start on setting your instrument up and getting the initial tones and things like that. Use it, it's there, it's written down for you. YouTube's great. In fact, this is where this will go, so hopefully you'll be able to contact it. Thirdly, talk to us. murraybishopmusic.com.au, there's emails and things there that you can contact us and get help, numbers you can call, all the rest. We're here to help you, we're not here to cause a problem. And if we can help set things up and solve an issue, that's terrific. So we've selected the reed that's appropriate for the instrument. We've got the mouthpiece. I've got one here that we've started a bit earlier. Here it is. Now this is a tenor sax mouthpiece because it's fairly big. I'll just come into shot a little more so it's a bit easier to see. I have my reed, which has just gone out. There, I've got my reed. I've got the ligature. Okay. Now, the thing is here with all this, okay, when you're changing that reed over, the biggest thing is take the mouthpiece and give it a rinse under warm water. Warm soapy water, you can put a bottle brush through it. If it's a saxophone reed, they're completely plastic, mouthpiece completely plastic, put the whole lot in the sink. If it's a clarinet mouthpiece, it will have cork up here. Try not to get that too wet because it does deteriorate the cork and all of a sudden you'll need to redo it. So we've cleaned our mouthpiece, we've got it sitting there, here we are. Okay, we'll change it over, here it is. Right, we're ready to go. Little Johnny's gone, I need a new reed, which is great. Just remember, flat, flat. If you look at that reed side on, I'm not sure if we can show it. You'll see one side has a chunk and a taper, right, called the cut, and the other side is completely flat. Make sure we use flat side down. Also protect the top of the reed here. This is where the damage gets done. Okay, this is usually what looks like a tube that's been chewed by the dog. Maybe it has been, but that's what we want to protect. So look after that. But let's go flat side to flat side. There it is. Right, nice and even. I'm not too fussed about where it is. Take this little beastie called the ligature. Now a ligature has two ends. It has a big end, it has a small end. Right, so this one, right, the big end goes on first. Loosen the screws off. You don't need to remove the screws at all. You can loosen those screws and then just slip it over, being very careful that you don't hit the tip of the reed. Bring it down so it's just, you might need to loosen it, depending on the thickness of the reed too, by the way. Different reeds have different thicknesses, but generally, sometimes, yeah, there it is. If you see that, it's the bottom or the top of the ligature, whichever you prefer, is just behind the cut, the edge of the cut there. That's a good place to start. If it's too far up, it won't work. It won't vibrate, so you won't get a sound. If it's too low, it won't vibrate because there's too much bamboo in the way. I get it. Let me just line it up so that the top of that mouthpiece and the reed are in the same realm. So if you touch there, you should feel the mouthpiece and the tip of the reed. Just be very careful touching it too, because it will tend to break easily. You can see I've got it there, I've got the screws and things there. I just put my thumb on the bottom screw, and then just nip up the top. Now you only need to just nip that up a little bit, not a whole heap. The back screw, when it's all in line, the back screw a little bit more. So nip it up and then a quarter of a turn. And your reed's in place, there it is, can go on the instrument, etc. A really good way of sorting this out, to protecting that reed, is a good mouthpiece cover. Now that, to me, I'm looking at that now and thinking that's a bit high. So I would then pull that down a bit, because if you look at it, I'm not sure if you can see it on there. I might just see if we can get it on the close up there, Jared. If you can see along there, that reed is protruding past the front of the mouthpiece a little bit. If I go that way, you can see the reed above the mouthpiece.